Hey, are you eating? Sorry, I got waylaid with my fringe. How you doing, good people? Are you there? Is anyone there? Is anyone there? I've got 11:03. You should be there now. Waiting patiently. Cheeky hunter. Cheeky, we'll put that over there. Look absolutely massive. Not that I'm not absolutely massive. Lynn Faulkner, I've got it ready to send your message. Hello, Anna. And I've been thinking and praying about you this morning. So I'm praying for lots of people, but I particularly said a prayer for you this morning, Anna. So it's good to see you on here. The bit of a nudge of the Spirit there, I think. Of the Holy Spirit, of course. We don't deal in any other kind, do we? Oh, bless you. All right. Well, we'll enjoy your company for as long as you can be with us, my lovely. Good morning, Marion Barlow. It's good to see you on here as well. Oh, it's a bit sunny, isn't it? I've put some washing on the line today. I nearly put washing on the line yesterday. I'm glad I didn't. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, Sharon. Yeah, is it all right? I was all right with the second one. It was the first one that did me. Not feeling funny, but looked like I got a tennis ball in my arm. Anyway, I'm here to tell the tale. I'm glad we've missed you too, Anna, which is why I prayed for you this morning. And so it's just great, isn't it? It's just great that we're pushing a button and we can all be together. Time and miles are of no consequence. And this is great, isn't it? Because for God, time and miles are no consequence. Because with God, we don't live in this time, do we? We live in the Kairos time. So good morning, Pat Sprout. Oh, the second one was a problem. Yes, it was, wasn't it, Pat? Yeah. I'm okay. I'm not fighting fit this morning. I've got a bit of a throat going on again. I think it's a sign of the times, isn't it? With the weather, it's rainy, it's sunny, and you don't know. I've put my vest back on now. You'll be pleased to know I've got my vest on this morning, regardless of the sunshine. I'm not going to leave my vest off. Oh, bless you. Bless. Spinning, not working. Honestly, it's amazing, isn't it, how much we rely on technology now. It was like me last Wednesday, the lappy, and then the phone was doing all sorts of things, and I could hear people, and then I couldn't. Anyway, I've got a new phone now, you'll be pleased to know. I'm not really very happy. The phone's okay. And what I didn't do was transfer all of my wonderful family photographs and all, not only this family, but my church family. I had a couple of thousand on there, I think, and they've all gone. Boo-hoo. Oh, bless you. Oh dear, Lynn, on Bank Holiday Monday. Oh, hope you're all right this time. It's not good, is it? Well, thanks, Barbara. I know sometimes I look at it, I check now my battery. Take good care, Barbara. Get plugged in and get back to us. Okay, thank you. I hope it will be better soon as well. It's a bit... I've took 2 paracetamols early today so they can keep working while I'm talking to you, because that's the right thing to do. It is. Lynn Faulkner, are you at Richard Herod? Are you just down the road for your jab? Are you at Richard Herod? I think we're getting through them very well, aren't we? We're doing all right. Everybody's doing all right. I think let's get this show on the road and let's get back to the new normal that everybody's talking about. The new normal. Oh, 8:30. I know, I did transfer my SIM card. I think what's happened is, because some of my contacts, Pat, haven't been there, family members, and I think when it says save, I've saved them to phone and not to SIM. So anyway, it is what it is, isn't it? It is. So I've said that, people need to send me photographs So, because I would quite like to change the photographs around the place, put these upstairs on the walls upstairs, and then have some new ones. So it looks like I'm going to be around for a very long time. Getting new photographs, indeed. Take good care, Anna-Reese Rittings, and we will continue to pray for you. So, good morning, Lindsay Bin. It's good to see you as well. So maybe it's good morning and welcome to St. Paul's Facebook page. Just so you know you're on the right page. It's 11 o'clock. It's the 19th of May now. How do I know this? Because it's my girlie's birthday. It's Hayley's birthday today. Those of you that are on social media will have seen all the happy birthdays. And she was born in 1975 at 10 to 10. So I don't know why we're celebrating, because she's not actually here yet. Oh, good morning, Heather. How are you? But anyway, here we are celebrating her birthday. We're going to see her very briefly a little bit later. So, you know me, I'm Wendy Murphy, and I'm Wendy Murphy, and I'm minister for St. Paul's Church. And welcome to this Facebook page. Thank you for pressing your buttons, I want to say, as we gather together for another bit of chit-chat. It's always good, isn't it? How are you, Heather? It's been a bit of a tough time. It's always a tough time. You are Wonder Woman. You are Supergirl, all wrapped into one. You are an amazing lady. How are you? Sometimes we forget to ask that, don't we? We've all been dodging the rain spots, because 1 minute it's beautiful, like this morning, and then in a bit we could be having a downpour of rain. It's a bit of a mix-up, isn't it? So can we have some proper sunny days very soon, please? Because they do as well, don't they? So have you been out to lunch yet? Have you been out to dinner? I know that Judith and Pete Beardsmore, I'm sure they were at the Gedlin Inn last week. Eating together is so important, isn't it? I love sitting round the table, always, for all of our family, for all of the years. We have always had a table to sit at, because I think it's really important. I put great store on us sitting, eating together. And those of you that have been in our dining room, well, you know, we can get 12 people round there. You can't be a wing commander, though, at the table, like my son-in-law, Mark, is. Elbows are up here somewhere as he puts his food in. But we can get 12, and it's really, really good. Conversation skills, that's where our children learn them, isn't it? To interact, and their social skills are really, really good, and they really, really enjoy being part of that setup, don't they? And we share each other's highs and lows, don't we? And sometimes there are more lows, but it's still good to share, isn't it? Because, as you know, the Bible tells us that we have to carry one another's burdens. And you know as well as I do, when we've actually shared something that's really troubling us, it does feel like a trouble shared is a trouble halved, doesn't it? So it's good to share. And I don't know about you, but it's my experience that the best conversations happen when you're sitting at the table eating. It might be when you're washing up afterwards as well. You know, one washing, one drying, have some really deep and meaningful conversations there. At least I remember really, really good conversations with foster children, you know, when you were doing a job together, making a bed together, when you were polishing, or like I say, one doing the pots in the days before dishwashers, of course. Now they're the run of the mill, aren't they? They are just run of the mill. Every home's got one. They laugh at me when I tell them, when we moved into our house in Bestwood Village, I had a mango. Yeah, it was one of those machines that had a little wheel on the side like that, sent the washing round for a bit, and then I put it through the mangle, and then I rinsed it all out in the sink and put it through the mangle again. Goodness me. Goodness me. So You can't talk to me yet, Malawi, because I'm talking on here. So I've just declined his call. So hopefully he'll realise what time it is and realise that I'm on. Here he is again. Goodbye, Malawi. Send a message. Sorry. You can't not, can you? You can't not do this. So there we go. So yes, I was thinking about the times when I've done dishes with foster children, and it's been a real revelation sometimes into what they feel that they can say. Oh, sorry. No, I did me washing with a mangle. I did my washing, my clothes washing with a mangle. How funny would that be, trying to get a plate through a mangle? Not very fun. I had a boiler that sat on the gas stove, and I boiled all my nappies up in that, Hayley's nappies, and Kelly's for that matter. Of course, as we move on, we don't have well, lots of people don't have no such thing. Lynn, you are funny. I'm okay, Heather. Thank you. I want to answer your question as well. Thank you. I've got a bit of a throat this morning. I think it's just the weather. I keep taking the paracetamols. Wonderful things, paracetamols. 2 down. Off you go. Get on. So I think it's really important for us to sit down and have some good conversations together. And the best conversations I've had, certainly with foster children, is when we've been doing a chore together, which is, they don't have to do that face to face, do they? You're not got your eyes on them, have you, like that, and you're not doing it like that. So it's best if you have a conversation. Our Sharon's on here now. Hello, our Sharon. Hey, it's good to see you on here. Thank you for pressing your buttons. Yeah. So we think about all those troubles we've shared with our bestest friends, don't we? We have sorry, my nose looks a bit red. Anyway, we think about all those troubles that we've shared, don't we? And a trouble shared is a trouble halved, so they say, whoever they are, anyway. And the best conversations can be with our earthly friends. Hey up, Chaz. And telling them all of our troubles, or a few of our troubles. We might not want to share it with all our troubles with them, because they might be a bit shocked, might they? Which is why we've got Jesus, of course. You knew I was going to say this, didn't you? And so I think one of the best things that we can give each other is our time. And I'm delighted that we can actually meet together now. You know, for those of us that feel that it's safe to do that, I'm delighted. I've already gathered momentum with face-to-face visits, which has been a real blessing to me and to the people that have been with, because our time is really precious these days. And remember that we're living in the Chronos time. So that's the time we look at on our clocks and our watches, isn't it? But for God, he lives in the Kairos time. And so therefore, we need to be able to give him the time that he deserves too. So we're told that when our friends and our neighbours knock on the door, in the New Testament, there's a verse and it says, give and it will be given to you, a good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over. It will be just poured into you. And of course, as it's running over from out of you, it will be poured onto someone else, won't it? So it will be measured for you, and then you will pass on that measure for someone else, because it will be a good measure. It will be far too much for you to keep. You will have to give it away. And I think that that's true of our time as well. Hello, Lucy Nicole, champion bread maker extraordinaire. Good to see you on here. Thank you for pressing your button. So time, that's what I'm thinking about this morning. How do we share our time? How do we share our time with others? Well, we practice hospitality, don't we? So we eat together as I've already mentioned. Hospitality can come in all forms, can't it? And when we eat together, we give our time, don't we? For those of us that have been part of the Breakfast Club and all the other fantastic things that we do at St. Paul's, you know, we have given our time, in a hospitable way as well, haven't we? So I think that our time really does need to be included in hospitality, because we actually, when we're giving hospitality, it can come in all forms, can't it? As I've said, when people are now knocking on our door, how exciting is it? We can share our food with them, or we can go to a particular place and share food. But it's the time, I think, that we take to do that helps people feel valued, doesn't it, and worth it. And so we need to make sure as well, though, that we take care of ourselves too, don't we? So in the Old Testament, we're going in the Old Testament now. In the Old Testament, there's a book called Proverbs, and there's lots of sayings in there that sort of just Psalms, Proverbs, just after Psalms. If you can't find it, go to the index. You'll find it there, I promise you. So it says that a generous person will prosper. And I don't think that necessarily means money, does it? It doesn't mean giving money. We can give towels and bedspreads. We can give our clothes to the charity shop. A generous person will prosper. And I don't know about you, but when I've had that nudge to be generous, it comes back. It does the circle and it comes back, because we feel better, don't we? When we took back to the charity shop, we feel great, don't we? Because not only are we going to help someone, but we've recycled, which in this world, this throwaway world that we've got, well, honestly, it's good to do that, isn't it? To recycle and recycle. So a lot of my stuff comes from charity shops. I'd still do buy new things, but I think it's really important to really recycle when we can. Oh, that's lovely. Good morning, Anne Gamble. I'm glad you're with Pat Sprout. That's a nice time. That's what it is, giving time. And that's the greatest gift, isn't it, that we can give each other. We all feel better for that quality time that we've spent with a person, or indeed people, groups of people. So, which is, of course, going to be much easier in the light of Monday's announcements, isn't it? Good morning, Anne Gamble, to you. So I love quality time that I spend with my friends, and it will come as no surprise to you, my best friend is, of course, Jesus. So sometimes we can sit with him, sometimes I sit with him and I do my trouble shared, and the trouble is halved, and then I look for the answer, and sometimes the answer doesn't come straight away, does it? It has to dwell within us, doesn't it? And sometimes we don't get the answer that we're looking for either, do we? So our best friend, my best friend Jesus, is in the business of giving answers that will help us, to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And sometimes we may have to chew over the answers. Think, well, that's not the answer I wanted, Lord, is it? And sometimes that can take a while, can't it, for that to sink in and think, whoa, where is that going to fit then in the scheme of things? Time and food are the perfect way to while away even an hour or so, isn't it? And it got me to thinking, well, how much time do you even, actually really give to Jesus? Do we just sit down and talk a lot? And surely it's more important for how much listening we actually do, isn't it? We ought to really be listening. So yes, we say and we bring all that we have to bring, but actually it's much more important to listen, because within that we'll get the answer, won't we? So I wondered if today you might like to think about that some more. How much time do you give to Jesus? How much talking do you do? More importantly, how much listening do you do? Maybe today you could have a little think about that. So you could sit and do that. You could walk and do that. You could talk to God while you're washing the pots. And it would be really good, because you'd be in a perfect position to listen and not have all those thoughts and people saying stuff when you should be listening to Jesus. How much more time might you give to Jesus? Or maybe it's a case of that you're just starting out on the journey and you're thinking, okay, maybe I'd like to do some talking to Jesus. Well, you know what? If you open the door to him, so now I'm talking about doors of hearts, if there's a beam of a smile, when people visit you and you open the door and you've got that beam of a smile, haven't you? Because you're so pleased, aren't you, to see them, especially in the light of the last year. And that's the beam of a smile that we get from Jesus when we give him our time too, because time is the most precious thing that we can give ourselves as we offer that time up to Jesus. It's the greatest gift that we can give each other, and is also the greatest gift that we can give ourselves. And I need to give myself a good talking to about how that is going to get better and be better, because the more time we spend with Jesus, the more we listen to what God's got to say. I was having a conversation last week, and it's step by step, isn't it, that we move forward. And as we converse with Jesus, we know that little by little we will be taking ground. And every prayer will help us to move forward in our journey and listen to what the next step in that journey will be. So we just have to step one step at a time, one day at a time. That's another song, isn't it? And we have to give ourselves permission to take time out to be with Jesus. Maybe that's something you'd like to think a bit more about today. I hope you are staying safe as you meet others and give them your time. Please, in all that, stay well. I'm not going to tell you to stay home, because you don't have to if you don't want to. You just have to be safe in what you're doing and sensible. You do. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. And all those that you are now seeing, but maybe those that you would still like to see, the Lord grant you and them his peace. And we ask for this blessing in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Amen. Bless you, good people. I've no drink. I've come dashing in because it was 11:02. But I'm happy to stay on a while if you want to chat further. I've got a few more minutes. Amen. Thank you, Pat. Amen. Let's keep my little notes, because if I didn't have a note, we'd be here till 4, which would probably be very good on the one hand, but not very good on the other. I'm sure we wouldn't run out. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Lynn Sabin. It's all good, isn't it, when we're with each other and we share our burdens. Trouble shared, it's a trouble halved. It is indeed. Okay then, you're obviously all thinking very much about lunch. So I will say good morning. Have a great afternoon. I'm back here again on Sunday at 11. After the 10 o'clock service in church. They're going very well. I know, they are gorgeous, aren't they? I've had the back door open all morning, Lane, and it's been a real blessing listening to them chirp away. Chirp, 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 they are. There's some beauties in there at the moment. They really are very lovely. And then we've got lots of voices from Orchard Avenue as well, Orchard Court as well. Lots going on over there today. So, but the birds top that. See, it depends what you listen to, really, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, have a good time, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Lynn, thank you for your prayers for today. Much, much appreciated. Take good care, good people. See you Sunday at 11.